PentaStar Collaborative recently interviewed 356 nursing home administrators about Nursing Home Compare, the 5-star rating system that come out this year, a 1-star to 5-star. I blogged on it before, the pros and cons. One of the cons obviously being that there's a forced ranking. There's always a 5 and there's always a 1, where the 5 in one state might be the equivalent of a 2 in another state. So there's some flaws, but nonetheless, they asked them what they thought of it. Was it a friend or a foe to the facilities? And the sampling, 356 administrators, it was evenly dispersed among each star. So there was 20% of 1-star facilities, 20% of 2, etc. Maybe a little bit skewed higher for the 4-star. I'm just going to call attention to 2 of the statistics. I'll look at my little cheat sheet here. But they asked, do consumers care about this? They asked administrators that. 51% said no, they don't. Now, I don't know about you, but if I have a loved one that I need to now think about placing in a long-term care facility, I'm going to care about statistics like this. I'm going to be going to the internet and looking this kind of thing up, especially in a day when the caregiver more or less is, a baby boomer, educated, internet savvy, uses the web, okay? So I would say, think again. If you don't think they're concerned, I think they're more than 51% not concerned. They're way more concerned than that. The second question was, how will it affect your facility? 50% were neutral. 23% said positive. 27% said it would affect them negatively. More negative comments from people who had lower scores or stars. More positive comments from those who had higher stars. The bottom line here is I think people need to start paying attention to transparency. These types of ratings are only going to continue. And as the survey points out, there's a half a dozen states where it's actually, pay for performance type of thing. It's actually tied now, or going to be tied to reimbursement. And in 2 states, it's actually not only tied to resident and consumer satisfaction, family satisfaction, but it's also tied to employee satisfaction. Now, when you start tying this to financial concerns, that's when people start paying attention. But I say you should start paying attention to this before it becomes mainstream. Start paying attention to your rating. Even if the survey is somewhat flawed right now, it's going to get better. They're going to streamline it. It's going to continue to improve, and the public's going to continue to look at these sources. So you need to be prepared to tell your story.